How we doing, everybody? Welcome back to Daigle's Woodshop. My name is Ryan. Recently I was contacted about making a cocktail smoker. Now, I had no idea what a cocktail smoker was, so the person that asked me about it sent a link to one that they had been looking at, and I looked up some more pictures. Now, essentially what a cocktail smoker is just a round piece of hardwood that sits on top of a whiskey glass, bourbon glass, whatever, the low boys I think is what they're called. And it's got a chimney that goes either up or down into the glass, and the chimney has a hole in it that you put wood chips in. You hit it with a torch and then it pushes smoke down into the drink, and I guess it just gives it a better flavor. I don't know, I'm not a big drinker, so I don't really know all these little fancy tricks or whatever you want to call it. So we're going to make it a couple different ways. We're going to make two with a lathe with the chimney up, or two with the lathe, one with the chimney up, one with the chimney down, and then we're going to make two without a lathe, one with the chimney up and one with the chimney down. So this is going to be another video where all I'm doing is experimenting. I'm not great on the lathe. This will probably be a good practice run, and if I don't like the way that it turns out, maybe the one that I don't use the lathe on will work out better, because I always want the best quality coming from my shop. That's what I want to be known for, is good quality product. Now, just in case my description of what a cocktail smoker is wasn't that great, which it probably wasn't, we'll draw it out and we're going to pretend that I'm an artist. All right, so basically you've got a whiskey glass, a low boy, or whatever you want to call it, and you got your whiskey in here. So this cocktail smoker basically just sits on top of the glass, and if you're looking at it directly from the side, you'd have your whiskey in here. You have the smoker on top, and then you either have a chimney right in the middle that goes up, or you have one that goes down. And then there would be a hole right in the middle of the chimney. And the ones that I saw just on Google or Pinterest or whatever I was looking at, if they go down into the glass, they would have holes drilled, around the sides, and the bottom would be covered with some kind of screen or some kind of vent, and the top one would have a vent or a screen or something in there, kind of like that, just so you don't get a lot of wood chips in your drink, because I don't think that would make it taste any better. Maybe it's just the smoke, but that's essentially what it is. So it's just a piece of hardwood in the round, chimney up or down, with somewhere to burn wood chips. And those chips are usually from any kind of species that you would use to smoke meat, so like pecan, I even saw maple was mentioned, probably some cherry. I don't know, I don't smoke meat, so like I said, this is all going to be one big experiment. So I know I said without further ado before, but without further ado, let's get going. All right, well, now that we've got all 4 of them done, the last thing we have to do is to test them. So we've got just one of the finished ones here. I'm just gonna do this one with the chimney up. I've already put the screen in it, and I cleaned the Sharpie off of the screen, just in case anybody was wondering. And in the beginning of the video, I called the glasses low boys, and they're not low boys, they're low balls. Either way, I don't have one of those, so we're just gonna use a small mason jar. I've got some pecan chips that we're gonna try to smoke, and I've got a torch lighter. I don't think this is what I need. This may work. If it doesn't, we'll break out the propane, and if this doesn't work, we'll break out the MAP gas. So either way, let's bring it into the bench and we'll see if this works. All right, so we'll start off just by adding a little bit of whiskey. It is a little bit, right? And then we'll cover it with our smoker. Put some pecan chips down in here. And I don't know if this is going to be big enough or not. There's the smoke just coming up. Oh, it's going down in there a little bit. Yeah, there's some smoke dropping down in there. Ooh. Okay, the last test is for the one with the chimney going down into the glass. So this one has the chimney plugged, and then I've got 1/4-inch holes drilled around it. So let's see if this one works. It's not really pushing much, if anything, down in there. I don't know. Maybe maybe the holes are too small. I don't know. That one's not seeming to work as well as the other one. Okay. It definitely smells a lot different than it does straight. So I guess the last thing to do is to see if it tastes any different. So. It might be a little bit different. So this is the first time doing this, and I would have never known these things existed if I hadn't been asked to make one. So I would call that a success. Alrighty, that's gonna wrap this up. Thanks for checking this one out. This was a fun build, some more experimenting for me to do in the shop. I enjoyed making all 4 of these. I think that the ones with the chimney up work a little better. Like I said, first time ever attempting to use these things, but the one with the chimney up seemed to push the smoke down in there better. I do like the ones with the bigger chimneys, so the ones that I did with the hole saws, and then the spade bit to hollow this out. I like having the bigger, I'm calling them chimneys, that's what I'm gonna assume they're called, this part. I like the bigger section. I think you can get the chips in there better. I think you can get the torch to it a little bit easier, and it gives you a little bit more room to burn these a couple times. And by a couple, I mean a couple hundred maybe, because there's really just a little bit of black marks on the inside of the ones that I tested out. But I think these would make great Father's Day presents, Christmas presents, birthday presents, grooms, gifts. Something that you could really crank out a lot of these fairly quick. I know that I enjoyed making them. So I appreciate you sticking around to the end. I hope that you got something out of this video. If you did, hit the subscribe button, give me a like, follow me on Instagram. I'll figure out somewhere to post my handle somewhere in the screen. Other than that, y'all have a good one.